Hello, my name is Jordan. This is Layla, and this is my tiny home. So the box itself is about 14 feet long, 8 feet wide, so I'm about 100 square feet. It's about 13 feet tall, so that's been kind of a limiting factor that I've had to learn, scraping branches from time to time. But as far as the space, it's really well used, so it doesn't feel small at all. Mark at Wanderbox, I think this was the first or second that he did for someone besides himself. I love the kind of dynamic floor plan of it. He's really nailed the spacing of everything. So I really kind of saw his vision and thought that that was the perfect vehicle for me traveling around. So I think there's definitely like a growth through the connection with nature and kind of reconnecting with what is more natural and what I think we're designed to do. I personally, I'm in a city, I'm often kind of stressed out a lot more, where when I'm out in nature, even if I'm working and doing kind of some hard problems on the computer, I can just look up and see the view and you just get this instant sense of relief. I'm fortunate enough that I'm able to work a fully remote job. So I'm a marine engineer for a great company out of Seattle. And then during the summer months, I also commercial fish. So I kind of have two jobs that are pretty flexible and allow me to do this lifestyle. And that's been absolutely great. But one of the beautiful things is you meet people who are doing such a wide range of skills, and you can really kind of choose and adapt to the environment and the lifestyle you want. So I do a lot of driving, so my gas bills are pretty expensive. So having that full-time job is really helpful for me. But there's a lot of people who kind of post up in one spot for a longer period, and they're able to stretch the bill a little farther. So. All right, so this is my tiny home. We got freshwater fill right here. I got 40 gallons fresh water tank, so that lasts me a very long time when I'm off-grid boondocking. I got this Insta shower here, which is a huge little luxury of life upgrade. Warm showers after a cold day of skiing is absolutely phenomenal, so I've been really enjoying that. This comes with a black water tank, so that's been nice. I think there's a lot of people who go compostable, but I personally enjoy the black water. I think it's pretty simple. As we come around here, you have the front of the cab. It's a 2001 Isuzu NPR HD. It's a cab over design, so you're driving like in front of your wheels, but it's been an absolutely great rig in that capacity, and it's just been a real dependable, slow, but very dependable vehicle. All right, so the inside looks like this. It's very, very simple and minimalistic. I got kind of a little platform for Layla to be comfortable and be able to enjoy the ride and get good views out of all the windows. And then, like I said, you're driving kind of in a weird driving position, but that's been really fun. Do you want to see the engine? Is that? Okay. Why not? So engine's kind of fun. You pop it open like this. You got the full engine. It's super easy to work on. You can basically just crawl around in there, which has been really epic when I've had a few mechanical issues. Coming around to this side, obviously I got a little bungee to hold the door open, which has been real nice. Just let the airflow come in. Come on inside and I'll show you the inside. So this is the interior. As you come around here, it has everything I could possibly need. I love to cook, so I got a real big kitchen area. Got a full-size fridge, which has been great. I've had to put these straps around it. These are roller cam straps that come out of Salt Lake City, but it just secures the fridge because when you're on those bumpy roads, it's a big bummer to come inside and see all your groceries just strewn about the cabin. So definitely had to kind of modify that to fix that. Got shower and a head in here, kind of just doubles as a gear storage, so I keep my skis and my paddleboard and fishing rods in there. Got tons of clothing storage in here, just clothes out the wazoo. It's kind of crazy, kind of ridiculous, but it means I have to do laundry less, which is a good benefit. So one of my favorite parts about this is like you have a very defined features. You have the kitchen, you have the little office space, living room. Got a huge mattress, way overkill. This is the one I bought in college and I just couldn't say goodbye to it, so I brought it in the van. Unfortunately, it makes it so the headroom's a little short, but the sleep quality is just phenomenal. So that's kind of well worth it.
As nomads or tiny housers, we sacrifice a lot inside our home for our lifestyle. But one thing none of us are willing to compromise on is a good night's sleep, and that starts with the right mattress. So I'd like to thank Helix for sponsoring this episode and sending me a new mattress to try out. My husband and I are back and side sleepers. We also like a medium to soft mattress, and I in particular get a little bit hot at night. So we have a lot of challenges that we're dealing with when it comes to finding the perfect mattress. But Helix makes it easy with their Helix Sleep Quiz. So after taking the Helix Sleep Quiz, I was matched with the Midnight Luxe with a Glacio Tex cooling cover. I never really thought it mattered too much what kind of mattress that I slept on. I gotta admit, I'm one of those girls that probably only spends a couple of $100s on a mattress and then throws a foam topper on top of it and calls it good. But I've been pleasantly surprised with how much of a difference the Helix mattress has made in my sleep. And I gotta tell you, after sleeping on this mattress for just a couple of weeks, I can already tell a difference in my back pain. And I'm getting a deeper night's sleep, which is super important because I'm raising 2 little kids and running a YouTube channel, so it's really important that I feel well rested. And the Helix Midnight Luxe has actually been ranked as the best overall mattress according to Forbes and Wired. And right now they're offering a Black Friday deal so you can get your Helix mattress for up to 27% off. And fall is the perfect time to reset and commit to healthy rest. So don't sleep on this sale, or maybe sleep on this sale, I don't know, but whatever you do, check out the link in the description. And right now, let's get back to our tour.
And then my favorite is this bed comes down. So all I have to do is I just click this button and the bed comes down to a lower level. And then I'm in sleep mode for the night, and then I can just sleep there, and it's absolutely great. Sometimes I'll kick that open at night and just kind of sleep with the air breezing through, and that's been for sure one of my favorite features. It's a very natural transition to all the spaces, and they very subtly feel defined. So it's kind of like walking into each room of your house, but it's all done through kind of clever design things. Just like this little step right here defines the living room to the kitchen, or vice versa. So that's been one of my favorite parts. Come around and join me in my living room for the next little bit. All right, so this is the living room. Like I said, I have to duck down a little bit, but I'm about 5'9", so it's not too bad, but definitely not built for someone who's over 6 foot. When I'm down here, I'm often just kind of sitting enjoying it. All underneath here we have storage for everything. You have the freshwater tank here. Both my batteries, all electricals in this compartment. So that's been real nice, just kind of having everything isolated. And as you can see, I got this little deck that kicks down, so that's been epic when I get to a cool view to be able to just open it all up and take in the views. All right, so when I want to open it up, you just pop the tabs on the inside, fling this open, and there's a little latch right here, and I just lower the deck, and then there you go. So I work remote, so I usually am just working on the desk and doing that for my day-to-day. So that's usually how I fill my time. But what I love is as I'm working, I just get the best office view through these big windows. Or if I just pop it open, then I'm just open to everything. So never a dull day in the office when you got beautiful views of nature, right? So pivots around here, so you can fully move it around here. It pivots up and down, does all sorts of things. There is one on that side. I just have it stowed away right now, or pretty much stowed away. But yeah, this just pivots around, is where I do all my work, and it's been great. Even when it's a rainy day and I'm all closed up and inside of here, it's still a great little space. Obviously, these are the windows. You can open these up and you just get great ventilation and great views. The final space that I have taken advantage of a ton is I have a rooftop deck up there. So let me show you up there and show you the rooftop deck. Alrighty, so as we come up here, you have a lovely rooftop deck. I got my solar panels out back. It's been really fun to just come up here. I'll eat my dinners, take in the view, see the sunset. It's just been an absolutely great little feature for the build. I have this little fan that opens up so it can bring all the smoke out when I'm cooking bacon and such. So that's been nice, so my house doesn't smell like bacon for a week. I ate a lot of bacon. I ate a lot of bacon, and pork chops seem to be the main thing that I seem to be loving. Big pork guy, I guess. I graduated college and I wanted a sense of adventure. So I wanted to set out on the road and kind of see the outdoors before it started evolving and changing. Obviously, we're in kind of a rapid changing environment. So I really wanted to go see the national parks, the state parks, the Bureau of Land Management land, and all that stuff that it was able to be offered, because I think that's going to evolve pretty drastically throughout my life. Being on the road, I think it definitely kind of forces a different type of learning, and everyone's going to have a different experience. I think the thing for me is I had this romanticization that maybe someday I could just be a guy living in the woods with his dog and be totally happy. And I think road life was kind of a harsh awakening that I don't know if I could really do that for a lifetime. And I definitely would not have learned that if I hadn't have done this lifestyle. So I don't know if it's the challenge. I really enjoy it. I think it's the being conscious of your resources and how much battery you have, how much water you have, what your black tank is at. And I think it's an important reminder to be aware of these features, because when we're in a plugged in city life, like the water just comes on demand. And so you don't have to think about these things, but they're really quite a privilege of modern living that we just have these things on demand. Advice that I ignored, but I think is really good advice, is if you have the financial means to, I think it's really advantageous to be able to either rent a van for a month or just rent some platform to kind of see what space you really need. I absolutely love this build. The more I do it, the more I question whether I could have gone with something smaller that could get me farther off grid. And kind of that's evolved with time. Like I guess just ultimately, I think it's always gonna be a plunge, whatever lifestyle change, whether you're gonna move into that new city or making new friends, like it's always gonna be that. You just gotta dive in. And I think van life is one of those things that there's a lot of barriers to entry potentially, but once you make the commitment, it all just starts plugging away and it all kind of lines up. And it frankly kind of saddens me the amount of older people who have approached me that say, you're so lucky to be able to do this. I wish I had done this when I was your age. And just so many people have that sentiment. So I feel so fortunate I'm able to be doing this while I'm doing this and get to enjoy it.
If you like this week's episode, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And check back soon because we have new unique home tours publishing all the time. And if you'd like to join our team and get access to members-only content and unique perks, make sure you click on the join button below.